What is good, folks? It's your boy Sportspsp. Hope everyone's enjoying a fantastic Sunday. The Washington Commanders embarrassed the Cleveland Browns 34-13. Another great performance by the Commanders. Jayden Daniels. Early on in the season, Malik Neighbors for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Is it fair to say that Jayden Daniels right now, is the leading candidate for Offensive Rookie of the Year? Because you look at what he has done so far for the team. Washington has won 4 consecutive games. They beat the Giants. You saw what Jayden Daniels did on Monday night against the Cincinnati Bengals. You saw what he did last week against the Arizona Cardinals, and now today. Jayden Daniels, I gotta tip my hat off to him because I had concerns about his size. And I felt like going forward, I would rather go with Drake May. I am dead wrong with my prediction. And I'm glad that I'm wrong because I'm glad what I'm seeing from Jayden Daniels. I haven't been this excited of a quarterback since Robert Griffin III, who we drafted with the number 2 overall pick, just like Jayden Daniels. And just like Jayden Daniels won a Heisman Trophy as well. Everyone remember how great RG3 was his rookie year? Won the Pro Bowl, helped Washington win the division, 20 touchdowns to only 5 interceptions, had a breakout rookie year, and was never the same. Now, 12 years later, we got ourselves a signal caller in Jayden Daniels, who is playing spectacular. But it's not just Jayden Daniels. You got to give a lot of credit to Brian Robinson Jr., also to Austin Eckler, and also to Jeremy McNichols. And you got to give major credit to our offensive coordinator, the Washington Commanders offensive coordinator, and that is one Cliff Kingsbury. Because he is doing something for the Commanders offense, something that Eric Bieniemy should have done last season, which was incorporate the run. I'm sorry for Eric Bieniemy not to include Brian Robinson Jr. and Antonio Gibson last year in the run. I'm sorry. That's an indictment because Eric Bieniemy is a former running backs coach. He was the former offensive coordinator for the Kansas City Chiefs. Of course, he comes from the Kansas City Chiefs. He comes from the Andy Reid coaching tree. He's had Patrick Mahomes. He's had Travis Kelce. He's had Tyreek Hill. For Cliff Kingsbury to do what he is doing with the Commanders offense, not only with Jaden McDaniels, but also with Brian Robinson Jr., Austin Eckler, and Jerry McNichols, masterful. Something that the doctor ordered. And another thing that the doctor ordered for the Washington Commanders is one Dan Quinn, former defensive coordinator of the Dallas Cowboys. Hey, Dallas Cowboys, how do you feel about Mike Zimmer now? Because you see what Dan Quinn has been doing these past couple of games. Now, albeit it's against Arizona and it's against the Cleveland Browns. Okay? But Washington has gotten their act together. Coming into the season, I did not think that Washington was going to compete, let alone lead the NFC East. They're 4-1. They're 4-1 right now as we speak. Washington has won 4 consecutive games. Week 2 against the New York Giants. Week 3, Monday Night Football against the Cincinnati Bengals. Week 4 against the Arizona Cardinals. And Week 5 against the Cleveland Browns. And I'm reading a stat here from Jordan Schultz. No player in NFL history has ever had 1,000 passing yards and 250 plus rushing yards in their first 5 career games until Jayden Daniels. I'll read that stat again. No player in NFL history has ever had 1,000 plus passing yards and 250 plus rushing yards in their first 5 career games until Jayden Daniels. What more could you say about the young man? What more could you say about Cliff Kingsbury and the offense? The offense is rolling. And our defense lately, oh, it's been strong. Now, I had concerns about the defense because how we were going to be without Chase Young and Montez Sweat. We still have Deron Payne. We also still have Jonathan Allen. Armstrong, one of our key guys from the Commanders, has been stepping up and playing very well. And give a lot of credit to Dan Quinn. Give a lot of credit to Dan Quinn because what he is doing defensively for the Commanders, impressive. And I got to say this, prior to the season, I actually wanted the Detroit Lions offensive coordinator, Ben Johnson. We didn't get him. Washington ended up getting Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn has been very impressive. I did like the Bobby Wagner addition, even though Bobby Wagner is no longer the player he was going back to his early days in Seattle. But he's been around Dan Quinn, of course, the Legion of Boom. He's going to do something to help out the defense. And I love what I'm seeing from Washington. Can Washington compete in the division? I think so. Shocking to say, but Jayden Daniels right now has looked like the best quarterback in that division. Yes, Jayden Daniels right now, this season, has looked better than Jalen Hurts, even looked better than Dak Prescott. You could make an argument Daniel Jones has looked better statistically, but Jayden Daniels, considering the spark, considering what he's done for this team, man, tip your hats off to him. Now, the Commanders, they got a big game next Sunday against the Baltimore Ravens. And Baltimore is coming off a 3-game winning streak. They beat Dallas week 3. They beat the Bills last Sunday night on Sunday Night Football. And they just won an overtime thriller against the Cincinnati Bengals. This game right here between the Commanders and the Ravens will be a big test for the Commanders. Can they compete? Can they slow down Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry? Can Jayden Daniels step up? This is going to be an interesting game. I will have that discussion with the panel this upcoming Friday on the Sportspsp podcast. Check it out every Friday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube. I will have that discussion for a later day. But man, my Commanders have been rolling. This is exciting. You know, we actually have a chance to win the division. We haven't won the division since 2020. Like I said, I haven't been this excited of a quarterback going back to Robert Griffin III since we selected him with the number 2 pick in the 2012 NFL draft. Man, Washington, we're no longer the laughingstock anymore. We're in a new direction with the ownership, with Josh Harris, with Magic Johnson, not that horrible, atrocious owner and Dan Snyder. Let's not forget all the things that transpired under his stewardship, such as the Albert Haynesworth free agent signing, one of the worst free agent signing in NFL history. And all the things on and off the field surrounding Washington during his stewardship. But Washington is playing so well. As a Commanders fan, I am excited. This is fantastic. And I hope Washington continues. Now, we got a big game next Sunday. Let's see what happens against the Baltimore Ravens. Again, story for another day. But anyway, please leave your comments in the comment section below. Do you think Jayden Daniels is the offensive rookie of the year? Should Dan Quinn be coach of the year or at least in the conversation for coach of the year? And can the Washington Commanders compete not only in the NFC East, but also in the NFC? It's your boy Sports PSP. Hope everyone's enjoying a fantastic day and